Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the second Saath conference, which comes at, Pakistan is always at a critical point in its history, but a particularly critical point, shall I say. And I will not dilate on that at length. We will have a chance over the conference tomorrow to delve into these issues. But I want to just say a few sentences to kind of introduce the discussion and what it is that we hope we will be aiming for. This is not something that the organizers of this conference wish to impose on all of you. This is something that we are putting forward as a proposal, and we would like your views on it, and we would like your input on it. And only when we arrive at a consensus will we be able to adopt it and go forward. My friend Dr. Taki talked about Pakistan's image. Now this is a phrase which is often bandied about in Pakistan and outside Pakistan. My problem with that is, we must understand you can't have a good image without a good reality. Unless you change the reality, all attempts at PR and trying to promote a soft image and trying to do this, that and the other, which has been tried over the years, it's not going to work. So I think we need to change the reality, the image will follow. What we are aiming at in this conference this time reflects the experience that we've had since the first conference last year. The difficulty of bringing together a community which is liberal and progressive and secular, scattered across the globe. This is the expat experience. There are formidable challenges. And I think we have put our heads together and tried to come up with, as Taki put it, an actionable plan that can actually be implemented. The proposal is that we should work towards creating a liberal, democratic, progressive, secular front against the forces of extremism, fanaticism, and terrorism that afflict our country. I'm not going to get into the background. Most of you are familiar with it. We can dilate on it later in the conference. Because unless we do this, I think we are at risk. We are a threatened species in Pakistan. And so I suggest, instead of just rolling over and playing dead, we come together and fight this menace which threatens humanity in all its aspects, whether it is minorities, whether it is women, whether it is all the ethnic groups that Taki referred to, the federal structure of Pakistan, and so on and so forth. All the issues that bedevil Pakistan for many years now can be traceable back to this phenomenon. And we know that there are powerful institutions and forces that back these forces. And so therefore the struggle is a very hard, challenging and difficult one, but not one we should shrink from, or indeed, in my view, can shrink from, if the future is to be secured. And that is what we're discussing today, the way forward. And I will just make a brief couple of remarks about how that may be done, some brainstorming we have been doing over time and today. I think in the present age, there's no getting away from media. Its impact on perceptions and on views, opinions, and possibly even reality is something that is a fact of life today. And I'm not only talking about mainstream media, because we know that in many respects it is being overtaken as we speak by social media and the internet. And that is where the young are. I believe I'm amongst them. I believe I'm still young. But man, I'm a tech dinosaur, okay? I grapple, I sort of, try to understand what is going on and try to deal with it. But I think we have to think seriously not only about interventions in the mainstream media to whatever extent possible, and it's not a very rosy scene back home in Pakistan, because in my view, after 27 years in the mainstream media, I find that it has surrendered. Sorry to say. So, okay, if it has, and if that space has shrunk in the mainstream media, then we have to think of alternatives. And if the social media and internet provide any such opportunities, we must not shrink from using them. On ground, we suggest it is time that a secretariat or council be set up in Pakistan and an international secretariat abroad. Why abroad and in Pakistan? Because of course we need to mobilize people around this program inside Pakistan, but we also need to mobilize our diaspora, which is scattered all over the world. And amongst them are many young people of incredible intelligence and knowledge and learning, and I'm humbled when I speak to them, when I talk to them. And so I think this is the bare outline of what it is we hope to discuss in this conference today, and we look forward to your input. Thank you very much.